Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to have some Division 20 online ranked gameplay in the flyweight division using none other than Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson. And this might be one of the last games you can use Mighty Mouse in. Of course, no longer with the UFC. He's now fighting in a different promotion called One, which is another excellent fighting promotion. It's just crazy to think about how underappreciated this man really was. And now that he's moved on to a different organisation, promotion, he's really starting to get the respect he deserves. And this man was just nothing short of excellent inside the octagon and outside the octagon, nothing but a good man and an exceptional fighter. But in today's video, we're going to be coming up against a opponent who's well into the top 100. After this video, he's ranked 29th. You can see that the points he had on screen. This was recorded maybe a week ago, not too sure. But as soon as I saw his points, I was like, okay, this is going to be a very difficult challenge. He's using TJ Dillashaw, and for those of you that fight in flyweight, you know that TJ, there's something about TJ, it's the power that he transmits. That's the only problem I have with using Mighty Mouse, is that the power was a bit lackluster. He's perfectly balanced, well-rounded. He's a very good definition of a true martial artist. He's good in every aspect. But when it comes to the power that he generates on the game, it just doesn't seem to be there. And there's definitely better choices at flyweight if you're looking to be heavy-handed. And TJ is definitely one of those options. TJ, of course, very versatile. And coming up against an opponent who is evidently going to know how to use him, because, you know, he's well into the top 100. He's either just a really good player or really cheesy. And at this moment of time, you can see it's just, you know, a back and forth fight. Seems to not be doing anything too cheesy, so I was really looking forward to this matchup. But quickly, just to delve away from the current gameplay, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone that's been supporting the channel as of recently. Had two very big collabs with Pry and Goat, so shout out to both of them. I really appreciate that. Shout out to Grapplurr, who edits my thumbnails, for linking me up with Pry. I really appreciate that. And yeah, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone that subscribed, liking the content, commenting, making video suggestions. I hope everyone liked the video and where I talk about how to manage and control rounds. That was a slightly different video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. And just to let you know that in the next couple uploads should be a best of 3 with JMMA. If I get around to recording and uploading it, I should have Luke uploads. I'm working on a Charles Oliveira showcase. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else in the works. But yeah, those are the 3 videos that could be coming out next. Oh, and the video that shows how everyone's playing, since Marshall's uploaded that video where he played, I think, that guy Rowdy. So yeah, look forward to those videos. Hope you guys enjoy those. But getting back into the fight here, you can see that it's a very, very close fight as it stands. Both throwing quite a lot of volume. And at flyweight, whenever you fight in the lower weight classes, it feels like the gas tank's just so much better, so you can really look to unload. There's a higher margin for success, error, when fighting in the lower weight classes. For instance, in this weight class here, I can absorb a bit more strikes, but at heavyweight, if I absorb any of the strikes or the amount that I am now, I'd probably be knocked out. So the margin for error is greater, meaning that if you're a player that is still working on getting better at the game, I definitely practice in the lighter weight classes to start with. And as you gain in confidence, definitely move up. But that's just one of my tips. Don't know if it applies to everyone or if everyone feels that way, but that's definitely how I feel. You can see this is a very closely contested bout, and I normally take round 1 off. I've always said this in a lot of my videos. I'm definitely a slow starter. I like to take the first round to really analyse and think about what my opponent's doing. See if there's any habits that my opponent has or any tendencies that I can really look to capitalise on. And if there's nothing there, my opponent's very well rounded, I'll normally, if I feel uncomfortable, try to test my opponent's ground game, because that's where I really feel like I excel. Definitely not one of the best in the world on the ground, but definitely better than the average player. As far as my stand-up's concerned, I'd say that I'm very average compared to the player base. There's a lot of players that have definitely got better stand-up than me. So it's something that I am trying to improve in. And in this fight here, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, that it ends up just being a stand-up war throughout. And with Mighty Mouse, this isn't the worst option. Obviously, he's got clean kickboxing, got a very versatile range of attacks. It's like I said, the only downside is the power aspect. You can see that I'm doing a good job in catching the knees and then countering, which is crucial, because if you're coming up against someone that's constantly looking to throw knees, the problem is it really does drain your stamina, and if you go for a body shot and get hit with one of those knees, it's almost a guaranteed stun or rock, and that can eventually lead to a knockdown. So I was being very careful, really cautious when going to the body, and definitely trying to catch those knees when my opponent was throwing. You can see that I'm trying to throw feints here and there, trying to gauge what my opponent was doing. And my opponent, you can see there, just backing away. I think just getting a bit of room, trying to get some breathing space. My stamina's in a good level, and stamina management is absolutely crucial in 5-round fights, especially against elite opposition. If you have better stamina going into the championship rounds than your opponent, you can really look to push the pace. And that's something that I pride myself on, is stamina management, because it's such a crucial aspect. I think it's very overlooked, but definitely something, if you implement into your game, you will definitely reap the rewards. So if that's one thing you take away from this video, then yeah, stamina management is absolutely crucial. And the purpose of this video is just to showcase that even though my opponent's definitely probably a better player when it comes to fighting, you can see a lot more skill points, you can see really putting the pressure. And that's one thing that these top 100 players or high level players do, is when they break your block, they run through it. So my opponent there hurt my block and really tried to capitalise, pin me against the fence, but done a good job of rotating away and avoiding more damage. But it's just to show you that you can beat these elite level fighters, even though you can see he's got so much more skill points, definitely racked up more wins, had a lot more games. But it's always possible with the right game plan and just being patient. And you cannot show your opponent too much respect, because that's when often or not you lose fights. For instance, in the best of threes against Pry and Goat, the first fight, I was really nervous just because of who they were, and I'm fans of both of those guys. That it affected my first fight, and then the second and third, if there was a third, fights, I grew in confidence, because although I respected their abilities, I didn't respect it too much, and I looked to push the pace more and fight my fight. So whenever you're going into a fight with someone that has a lot of skill points, don't let that stray away from your game plan. Do not deviate. Really stick to it. Obviously, you know they're going to be a high level fighter. You can show them that respect in that regard, but don't overdo it. Show too much respect and then put yourself in trouble by not firing back. Started the third round there really strong, really heavy. Landed a good clean combination. You can see the work to the legs is coming in now. Trying to chop away at that lead leg where possible. You can see it's the third round. TJ's legs already, his left leg, his lead leg, has already got some damage to it. A little bit of redness there. Snuck in a knee there. And at the moment, my opponent's trading at what seems to be the wrong time. After he's hurt, he's trying to fire back instantly, and the head health and block health just isn't there. You can see total strikes landed in the bottom. I'm currently leading. Obviously, total strikes doesn't mean significant strikes, and if you watched my video prior, you'll know that significant strikes definitely weigh more into the judges' scorecard. So I'm just looking to pick him apart right now. Starting to take control, and it's all because of these leg kicks, throwing them at weird timings, even when in the pocket, trying to throw obscure leg kicks, similar to how Justin Gaethje does it. Good head movement there. You can see my opponent backed me towards the fence, was looking to unload, ducked, which then mitigated that pressure, and then I was able to push my opponent back. But you can see that I'm quite comfortable and content in moving backwards and choosing when to advance. And right here, pin my opponent against the fence, which is what he's been trying to do to me. Looked to unload, and I was trying to throw a teep kick, and then it resorted to a knee, which is really annoying, because had I thrown that teep, it definitely would have done a good amount of damage. Definitely would have broke the block at the bare minimum, potentially a stun or a knockdown, but nevertheless, going to keep moving. And you can see that the output for this fight is very, very high, and like I said, with the weight class, you can throw a little bit more. But it's not only that, it's the shots I am throwing, they're selective and they're landing. When you land your strikes, even if they're blocked, it does less damage to your stamina. So it's very important that when you're throwing, you are landing. And you can see that I'm instantly trying to hit my opponent's leg right now. So TJ's leg's really getting hurt, and TJ's doing a good job in pressuring me. He's doing the right things at the right times. However, when we're getting into the exchanges where TJ's block is really low, TJ's definitely coming out on the worst end of things. So as you can see, I'm maintaining my distance, and I'm still chopping that lead leg. I think that, like I said, I've said this in many videos, the leg kick is very underutilized in the game. I agree that it potentially should do more damage than it does, and it should have more of an effect on the opposition, like TJ in this instance. So when I crack that leg, it should do something more. However, I feel like it still needs to be utilised. You see, distance management to get away, roundhouse to the body, and that's done a lot of damage to my opponent's midsection there, and definitely done a lot of damage to the stamina. So TJ's stamina is definitely worse. And going into the fourth, I believe, right now, I know that TJ's stamina is an all-time low. That round was a massive round. And if you look at my stamina, it is in a perfect position to unload in round 4. And this is where I think stamina management is absolutely crucial. Opponent rips me there. So you can see TJ still trying to be in it, get the knockdown finally after all the strikes landed. Throw some strikes on the way up in the clinch. I think I look to disengage and throw some strikes here because right now TJ's trapped against the fence, another style, and then after that, you know, the fight's finished. So that's going to be the video today as my opponent rage quits. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like, and if you're new around here, feel free to subscribe. Check out my Twitter for more updates and comment in the comment section if you want specific videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye.